We are back from a little vacation, and I basically just use that time as kind of like a deload. Typically during deloads, you'll still be lifting and stuff, but I just didn't want to have to worry about finding access to a gym or making the time for it. But while I was away, they released some of the events for Worlds. Now, so far, they've released 7 of them. They've said that there's only going to be 7. People have been asking where the 8th event is, so I'm not sure what the details are. They also said that these events aren't going to be in any specific order, and they haven't released the specifics as to like certain distances we're carrying stuff or the weight of certain implements, so I'm not sure on that yet. But let's break it down, and I'll tell you what I think about it. So the first thing they released is a max axle press. I have no idea what that is in terms of, are we going to be cleaning it from the floor to press it, or is it going to be already set up on some blocks that we just have to stand up with it and press from there? Not sure. I'm going to assume it's an axle clean and press from the floor, the full movement, but I'm excited for this. You know, I've been doing a lot of work on the log and kind of working more on just getting comfortable with that. The carryover is not quite the same, but I find that the log press itself is a little more challenging than the axle press. So I think that'll help a lot. I'm just excited to see where that takes me. Months ago, I just went for a max for fun, and we hit 245 without any training or prep for that. So I think with this whole cycle of prep, we can definitely hit a good number. My thoughts is most people will probably get between the range of 225 to 245, and so there'll be a lot of point sharing there. So I want to do my best to get somewhere north of that number. The world record, I think, is 269, so that'd be awesome to get close to that, but we'll see. Event number 2 is the sandball dash, carry, and load. So I'm assuming you'll start on opposite end of the implement. You'll sprint to it, pick it up, carry it, and load it over something like the yoke. The Cerberus has released these new sandbags that are shaped just like Atlas stones. I'm not sure sizing wise, so I might end up buying it because from what I've seen with previous sandstone things, they seem to be a lot bigger. So using a sandbag, I just don't think is good enough. But again, that's just gonna be getting used to picking the implement off the floor, getting really good with my transitions, and just working on speed. Event number 3, we got our axle deadlifts. Again, another straightforward thing. We just got to get used to the axle bar, but I think training for just bettering my deadlift in this off season has been going well. I think we'll just carry that over into the axle. I'm assuming we'll probably be a little bit lower than 500 pounds, and so if that's the case, I would love to get maybe 5 to 6 reps. Who knows if that's going to be good enough? I just know that if I can get like 500 for 5 or 6 reps, that's a PR for me. That'd be awesome. And then onto the dreaded sandbag toss. This is something I've never trained for. This is something that I'm at a disadvantage because I'm shorter. So I ordered 2 bags. I don't even have the equipment for it. We're gonna go to a Home Depot and pick up some equipment to set up basically the bar that it's gonna go over. And we're gonna keep it simple, just to kind of get our bearings. And that's just something I'm gonna be doing every single session just to get better and better and better. It's so technical, it's all about timing, it's all about power, that you can make mistakes so easily. So the more I practice, the more experience I'll get. Then we're moving on to our Hercules hold, which I'm kind of excited for. This is gonna be one of those events where probably no athletes have access to one. And so it's gonna kind of come down to who's been training, who's come up with the best method for training. And I'm probably gonna be using some farmer's handles. I gotta mess around with the setup for that. But we've already been doing a lot of grip work, so I'm assuming that's gonna kind of be an advantage going into this prep. I'm kind of excited for that too. Then we're moving on to our last couple things, starting off with a super yoke to power stairs, another event I am not very excited for. The yoke, no problem. That's probably gonna be pretty heavy. We're carrying it to some distance. And then we gotta do the power stairs, which is gonna be rough. Basically what a power stair is a series of steps. It might be 3 steps, it might be 5 steps. And you have this like T-bar implement that not only is kind of wide that you pick up between your legs, but you also have to pick it up onto the stairs. And that's where we're gonna run into some problems because those stairs are tall. They're 18 inches high. The T-bar implement itself, they call it like a duck walk implement, might be high as well, tall. And so that's just gonna be a rough thing where I might get to a point where I'm really good at the yoke and just hoping that I get a good time, and others will be really slow at the yoke and not get to the power stairs. We're gonna have to practice. I gotta build the stair, and we're only gonna deal with one stair because I just have to get used to getting to that height and probably getting pretty heavy. The only silver lining I have for that is because we have the yoke first, that might make the power stair implements lighter, maybe. Then our final event, this is gonna be like straight up cardio. We got a Zercher carry, which I'm assuming, another yoke, run it down, run back, grab a sandbag, run it, load it over, and then do the same thing back. So hopefully it's just one sandbag. If it's more, then we just gotta train harder. But that's gonna be a rough one where it's all about conditioning. If my conditioning fails me, then we are in trouble. Overall, looking at this list of events, I think conditioning is gonna be a huge factor. So we gotta be on it. We gotta be really on it. And then I'm just excited to see what else comes of it. Like, I know that there are a lot of these events that I'm not good at, that I have no experience in, and so let's figure it out. So I'm excited to take you guys on the journey. We're going to head to Home Depot today to get some equipment for the power stairs and the sandbag toss, and hopefully our sandbags will show up next week and we'll get started. But prep starts next week and we just got to hit the ground running.